Then you go to university. And at university you have to work for 5 years. And every year you do new subjects. And after 5 years then you qualify as a vet, and that's it. You can work as a vet. And if you qualify as a vet in Spain, you can also work as a vet in Ireland. The qualification works in both countries. Okay.
What do you like the most about your job?
Well, you know what? I like animals, but I also like people. And as a vet, you have to like people as well as animals, because every animal that comes in has a person attached to them. There's always somebody there. So some people become vets because they like animals and don't really like people, but that's no good. You have to like people as well. Yeah.
And at least, what's your favorite thing about your job?
My favourite thing is when an animal is very, very ill and I manage to make them better. That's the best thing. That's really rewarding. So I've got a dog just now that I'm treating called Lassie, and she was 2 weeks ago. She was run over by a tractor, and so everything was squashed, and her pellet, all of her back end, everything was flattened, and the owner thought she'd have to be put down. She'd have to be euthanized, but we said no. We'll see. We think we can save her. So at first it looked very bad for her, but after 2 weeks she's beginning to walk again now, and so she's going to be okay. So that's what I like the most, is when you make very sick animals better. It's very rewarding.
What do you think is the most important thing about caring for animals?
I think the most important thing is to see the world from the animal's point of view, because animals are just like us, except they can't talk. So I think you have to, so if you're treating an animal, you have to imagine that you're the animal and how you'd feel, and you have to treat the animal in that way. That means you have to make sure they're not in pain, make sure they're not frightened, make sure they've got a comfortable bed, make sure they're not hungry, all those things that you'd like for yourself. So treating animals in the same way as you treat yourself, that's the most important thing.
And what's the biggest mistake that people made taking care of animals?
That's a good question. I think the biggest mistake people make is not knowing enough. They don't know what to do, and so they make mistakes by mistake. So for example, some of the boys had turtles. The most common form of illness in turtles is when they get fed the wrong food, because people don't know the right food to feed turtles. And if you feed them the wrong food, they get very sick. So, or somebody else might have a dog that's very, very badly behaved and that's barking all the time and even biting people. And the reason for that is because they never take the dog for a walk. And they just don't know how important that is. So the most common mistakes people make are because they don't know. Yeah. So the other thing I do, as well as being a vet, is I work as a vet in the media, on television and radio and social media. And the reason I do that is to try to get lots of good information out there, so people do know what to do. Because that's the easiest way to prevent animal suffering, is to make sure everybody understands what animals need.
What kind of animal have you treated the most?
Well, in Ireland, dogs are the most common animals to go to the vet. So about 70% of the animals that go to the vet are dogs. And about 28% are cats. And about 2% are rabbits and guinea pigs and gerbils and all of those ones. In the UK, about 50% are cats and 50% are dogs. So in Ireland, there's more dogs than cats. I don't know what it is in Spain. Probably it's like Ireland as well, more dogs than cats. Okay.
And what's the most unusual animal that you treat?
I think a spider. Somebody brought a tarantula spider to me one time. Do you know what they are? Quite frightening.